after this long, hard winter where many people were shut in and had lots of problems with weather related to home damage, an important question is on a lot of people's minds. Is it time to think about moving? Joining us to talk more about the process is Barbara Perman. She is the owner of MovingMentor.com, and you are here to get us started because that M word is terrifying for many.
Yes, definitely. Don't talk to me about moving is what older people often say when they've been in their homes a long time. So we have to do something, right?
Change your mindset is what you suggest. Think of it differently. So how should people think about it?
Well, I would suggest to decide not to decide anything. So while you're not deciding to move or not to move, you can change the way you think about it by saying, I'm going to be moving on. I'm going to use this as an opportunity. I can start to go through my house. I can organize my things. And I don't have to have the pressure of the M word.
Right, because that is overwhelming.
Yes.
And you think of it as one large thing instead of just taking it step by step. So thinking of it as moving on, so a positive spin on it.
Yes.
You have a story that you want to share, the owning story. Tell us that.
Yes. It's a wonderful story from a wonderful book. And it's about a little boy who collects cars, the little Matchbox cars. And they used to give away those cars when you got gas. So he had a few, and his mother noticed that he loved them, and he played only with these cars, and he'd take them along the windowsills and had a great time with them. And so his mother had the idea that she could go to where she worked and get all the people at work to collect cars, more cars when they got gas, and give him a whole box for his birthday. So his birthday came and she was really excited, and by now it was an entire kit with little compartments, and she gave him this gift and he opened it and he was really excited, as you can imagine. And she watched him for about a week play with these cars, and he was having a great time. And then suddenly he stopped, and he didn't even continue to play with the few little cars that he loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so she went to him and she said, I see you've stopped playing with your cars. Is something the matter? And he paused and he said, there are too many cars for me to love.
So you don't need a lot to love what you have.
Yes.
And you don't need all the things that you have in your home, because sometimes you mostly don't use it all.
You don't use it all. You forget where you've gotten some of it.
Yep.
I was telling you earlier that I collect stones and shells from places that I go, but I don't remember where I went.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, why don't I take those stones and why don't I sit down with my grandson and why don't we paint and make decorations out of them?
So you can get rid of those things, because a lot of it you're hanging on to and you don't even know why, and you have too much stuff to love it all. So that's one way to look at it, a great way to spin it and give it that positive perspective. You also suggest people begin with areas that are less emotional. And you have here some pieces of coffee makers.
Yeah.
What did you bring those for?
We found these in one person's kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know what? If you open your kitchen cabinets, you will find your version of the coffee makers, whether it's toaster oven, you know, collection from your previous toaster ovens.
Coffee mugs, right, whatever it may be.
You know, she was carrying these around with her in her kitchen, and we said to her, why? And she said, well, I thought maybe they'd come in handy for something.
But there's no emotional attachment to it. It was just, I thought they'd come in handy. So begin with in a location of your home, less emotional.
Yes.
You're less likely to find things that you really don't want to get rid of,
yeah,
because they bring back memories.
Exactly, exactly.
And so changing our perspective, changing our mindset, moving on, not moving, and thinking of it as, I can do this step by step and not tackle the whole thing all at once.
Exactly.
Wonderful. We can use that story as a good example. We don't need everything we have in our home. We can get rid of it and make other people happy. Thanks, Barbara, for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Put
Delighted
these tips
to be
on our
here.
website. Coming up.